I never thought that I would be somebody going overseas myself. I never thought I would be the person that decided to follow Christ in that way. Missions is definitely a heart and a passion for me. And I would say I never would have gone to that level in depth if it hadn't been for the impact that being part of this church and this church's priority on missions. I was very adamant that I was going to quit Starbucks in a year, very adamant that I was going to look at what long-term missions was, and I still feel that in my heart, and I still feel that in a way it's very hard to say I have to wait. Through the wait has made me realize there's still things I can do. There's still people I can serve. I can be a part of my advocacy team. I can be a part of the missions team. I can serve in the tech team. I can still serve the church just because I'm not overseas. I can still serve God just because I'm not overseas. And that's honestly, in the waiting process, what I hold on to is knowing God is still choosing to use me every day. So I've been a part of the Rhythm and Advocacy team a little over a year now. We get together once a month and we pray for them. We decide each month who's going to reach out via email. How can we support them through not financial stuff, but just like the nuts and bolts of living. Like, I love praying for them and I love supporting them, and it's a cherished relationship in my life. But I also know it's changed how I view everybody else. There's so many things that God is doing through this church. We have the container now for the Loop Commission, but we also have purchased a water tower for the Spring Valley, and the team that actually I went on, the first team I went on, we helped them get a generator so they didn't have to worry about blackouts. Like, this church is very evident that God is using it. Understanding missions, wanting to be a part of missions, wanting to go myself, being in the waiting, all of it came out of a heart and a desire just to realize God just asks us to do something. It's not we have to go and save the world, we have to feed a million, we have to be Mother Teresa, we don't have to do those things, but we just have to be willing to do something. We have to be willing to serve, and sometimes serve in hard ways. Sometimes God makes it easy, but 9 times out of 10 I think it's going to make it a little bit more challenging, because that's when we get to experience more of Him. And this whole process I've gotten to where I'm at is God just kept asking me, what's stopping you? What's stopping you? Okay, figure it out and do something.
I was listening to a podcast, and it's one that I listen to frequently, and she does prison ministry, and I just heard a voice in my head say, well, what about you? Couldn't you do that? And then I thought, well, couldn't I? I guess I could. So once I got connected with the outreach team, it was really cool to see that there was an opportunity to mentor a woman who was recently incarcerated. So it's been really neat to see the Lord opening those doors, and it's been really encouraging to be able to step out and say yes in obedience to those things. As I've been working as a mentor, I've never felt more vulnerable and maybe inadequate and stretched, I think, but it has been neat to see the blessing that it is to step out in obedience, because I've also just really been encouraged by my new friends, and it has been really cool to see her faith in the Lord and just the different ways that we've lived our lives, but that we are both doing our best to walk in obedience with the Lord. It is so easy to get caught up in our own day-to-day. I know that I'm very guilty of this. It's so easy to get wrapped up in our jobs and in our kids and in our friends and feel like we have a lot going on, because we do, but there are needs when we look up and out, and we're looking for opportunities and things that the Lord is calling us to do and laying on our hearts. He has good things for us to do that will be for our good and for His glory, and when we can say yes to each step along the way, whether that's getting information or even just finding out what opportunities that there are to serve, God's gonna use that, and God is gonna use your obedience to mold your heart to be more like Him, which is our goal. What we're trying to do is to be more like God, more like Jesus.